Warning, this game features frequent flashing and psychedelic effects. Anyone sensitive to these things should not watch this video. 3, 2, 1. Let's be clear up front, Tempest 4000 is not going to be for everyone. Its visual aesthetic, music, and flashing graphics are not suitable for some people. Others will just hate it. However, I've seen Ozric Tentacles live, been to 3-day music festivals, and was even in a band in the 1990s called The Brain Forest, so let's just say this game is suited to me. In fact, I've already been playing it since I was a kid. I would usually play Tempest in the arcades, especially if it had a twist controller, and I've certainly put in my time with the joystick console versions released over the years. Some have been good, but it really takes a fluid control scheme to play this kind of so-called tube shooter well. Or call it Tempest, then Tempest 2000, then Tempest 3000, then my personal favorite TXK, and now Tempest 4000. Although Llamasoft wasn't involved in the original Tempest, head director Jeff Minter and technical director Ivan Zorzin have been making games kinda like this since the early 1980s. These games usually feature laser-style graphics, lots of particle effects, and over-the-top visual style, tons of weird phrasing and humor, and a pulsing soundtrack meant to suck you into its crazy psychedelic world. Minter is also known for raising llamas and actually releasing a game called Polybius. Tempest 4000 really owes its life to the template set by Llamasoft for the Atari Jaguar with Tempest 2000. It was 2000 that introduced the core gameplay that carries through to today, including power-ups, warp bonus tokens that allow you to get to bonus stages, the specific ability to jump, and having your progress saved, allowing you to advance largely progressively through the game. TXK on the Vita introduced the other main mechanic in 4000, which is a between-level flying stage where you collect bonus points by aiming directly in the center of a shifting circular pattern. On the Vita, it used the portable's gyroscope, and actually worked quite well. The entire experience on the Vita made it one of the portable's all-time best games, and since Atari and Llamasoft got into a legal fight over it, the game so far remains locked on that now aging device. But since 2018, we've had Tempest 4000, so you've had plenty of opportunity to play this game before now. However, the Atari VCS version is also a Jeff Minter love letter to the Atari brand, its classic games, its logo, and beyond. Notice many of the levels are named after Atari carts, for example. Another nice feature on the VCS is the ability to switch soundtracks between the various Llamasoft Tempests, including TXK. This does, however, bring up a negative, which is that you really want to play Tempest 4000 using the classic controller, but some menu options like changing soundtracks and seeing the leaderboards require the modern. Additionally, using the modern controller makes navigating the mid-level flying much easier. There's a lot to explore throughout the game, and as you get better at it, the overall trance-like effect can make for a really satisfying experience. The classic controller does work well, although I've seen some user complaints that it's too sensitive. I did not personally find it to be an issue. The classic twist is also along an axis, meaning you twist clockwise to send the ship left and counterclockwise for right, or it's just accidentally flipped, in which case it just needs to be fixed. I didn't really find it to be an issue either, although it could feel like left is right and right is left on horizontal levels in particular. Tempest 4000 was one of the games initially featured by Atari during the run-up to the release of the VCS, so it's great to see it finally on the console and with a VCS makeover. Hopefully some specific user interface issues can be resolved and a sensitivity slider added to make the game more accessible. Quick note as well that on the Classic you use the Fuji Atari button for your smart bomb. I think it's a good place to put it, but it is a button rarely used in this way, at least so far. If you've already played Tempest 4000 in recent years, you'd really only want to get it for the VCS if you like the Atari visual flavor and expanded soundtrack, but it's also the perfect place to play a game like this, and it runs very well on the VCS. I have not personally been able to test it in 4K, but it is in 4K on other platforms. Thanks for watching. I'll have more videos in the coming weeks, including a look at Combinera, Real Sports Baseball, Micropro Soccer, and more. Liking helps spread the word about the channel, and subscribing gets these videos in your feed. Have fun!